Okay guys, we have just got the first picture of the suspect, and the FBI is now asking for the public's help. They just released this picture, and they said if anyone recognizes or can help them identify this suspect, either contact them by calling 1-800-CALL-FBI or submit a tip on their website. The agency previously said that they would release this image of the suspect for the public and the media to help them if they were unsuccessful in their own methods of identifying him. They currently believe this could be the individual who assassinated Charlie Kirk. So share this video, do what you need to do, and I'll keep you guys updated. Okay guys, the breaking news that I think a lot of us are waiting for. After a 3-day manhunt, Trump has just said in an interview that with a high degree of certainty, the suspect who killed Charlie Kirk is in custody. He also said that somebody very close to him turned him in. And this happened after the suspect's father got involved and apparently gave him up after a minister contacted him. We'll have to unpack what the hell that all means later. Now, it's not just Trump. CNN also report that 4 more sources familiar with this matter also say that there is a person in custody and they are being questioned. Trump is saying that the suspect is between 28, 29 years old and that he hopes he's going to be found guilty and get the death penalty. Now, a formal announcement is expected to be made later on, and so I'll keep you guys updated when we have full confirmation. Is it okay to celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk? Because today, America is not just filled with people mourning the death of a father and husband. It's also filled with people celebrating the death of a controversial political figure.
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed. How do you feel?
Happy. Goodbye.
Wow. Did you see that Charlie Kirk just got shot and killed?
That's good.
Charlie Kirk gets shot and killed today. What do you feel about that?
Girl, someone had to do it.
I mean, it didn't take long. This man was seen on camera smiling and pumping his fists just moments after the shot rang out. And according to witnesses, he wasn't the only one.
The liberals who were there were cheering, and someone just got killed. Disgusting.
One TikToker by the name of Horace Gold has gone viral for sharing his opinion on why it should be acceptable to celebrate his death.
Oh no, someone who wants me dead died. Anyway, piece of shit. You got what you deserve. I'm sorry, you're a bad person. Bad things happen to bad people, celebrate it. It should happen more often. Not death necessarily, but like karma. Some of y'all are weak. You should be able to say, thank God that my dead. Thank God that is no longer able to cause harm. It's a miracle. Hallelujah. Ding dong, the witch is dead. No one mourns the wicked.
And a lot of the comments backed him up. Like, am I crazy? He was a bad, dangerous person. An advocate for gun violence was a victim of gun violence. Oh no. I do think his kids will be better without his influence in their upbringing. And I only share this because that comment got nearly 20,000 likes in the matter of hours. But the problem is, many people argue that celebrating a killing like this only encourages more.
If anyone in the sound of my voice celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting, I would beg you to look in the mirror and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are, I care that he was an American.
But before you think it's the entire left that feel this way, it's not. Project Liberal posted, we agree with Charlie Kirk on basically nothing, except that he deserves the right, as every human does, to speak freely without the threat of violence. Multiple Democrat politicians and former presidents have spoken out condemning the shooting, and also some of the most prominent liberal figures on TikTok who have had heated debates with Charlie Kirk in the past, like Parker and Dean. They too condemned the shooting, and both even went as far as telling people who celebrated it to stop supporting them and unfollow. In fact, Dean said,
if you want to end gun violence, it is something that you can never celebrate.
Unfortunately, America is increasingly becoming a place where their Second Amendment right is costing them their First Amendment right. But what do you guys think? Can this death be a wake-up call and a turning point for the country? Or will this only divide Americans even more?
So, they caught him. They caught him, and that was pretty quick. Pretty quick. Suspiciously quick, if you ask me. But that's something else for another time. Thank you so much to our correspondent on the ground, Dylan Page. He's amazing at what he does. Shout out to Mr. Page. But at the end of the day, crazy work. Crazy work. He orchestrated an insane shooting and then managed to slip past people as long as he did. But granted, it wasn't as long as it could have been. I think he could have gone a little longer. But I feel like there was a bit of urgency to find this guy. by the FBI, because usually with school shootings and stuff, I feel like they drag their feet a bit more, or that could be because there's like massive, I could be seeing it that way because there's massive news coverage over this whole thing that's happened, and a lot of people worldwide are, well, if I was to really like divvy up the numbers, I don't think they liked Charlie Kirk a lot. And that's understandable. I've heard a couple of his talking points and whatever, and I was like, ew, I wouldn't think that. But okay, man. I mean, if that's what you're into, like, sure. But overall, I still stand by what I said in. Did I say this? Was I saying this to a friend of mine in real life, or did I put it in a video? What? I'll just repeat it. But what I said was, the moment we start shooting our political opponents, it just turns into straight up gang warfare, because it will literally just turn into a Crips and Bloods situation on the political stage. And you don't want a situation like that, because the moment you have that, you start to have the true decay of democracy and political discourse, because it'll just be who can kill more public speakers than the next. It's supposed to be, the way it's supposed to be is logical debate. He can be wrong, of which I believe he was wrong. And I believe that if you could, like, debate someone, because remember, another thing is, when it comes to politics, the debate is not just owning the speaker across from you. No, the debate is about turning the minds of the listeners. Like, let him present his point, let me present my point, and then my point should be stronger than his point logically, so that it can sway the public opinion. Because at the end of the day, political debates are designed to sway public opinion. It's not about who's right, who's wrong. It's about, like, shifting the census of the nation. That's what a political debate is about. It shouldn't be, no, I owned you with that point. No, no. Because the moment you do that, you stand the chance of losing the respect of the audience. Because they'll be like, you're not here to actually advocate for anything. You're just here to get, like, social media points, and people will tune out of your ideas. And I think that's something that's been happening a lot with nations that are trying to change their trajectory and be better countries for their citizens and whatever, is that you'll have people with genuine good takes, with genuinely good ideas and motions, and advocating for things that would honestly turn nations around for the better, but they get hijacked by this sort of, like, weird innate desire to own the libs, or the libs being the liberals, or own the chuds being the conservatives. Like, the moment you start having political discourse in that nature, then it literally just turns into social media screaming matches where people are like I remember someone on Twitter was accusing Grok of being liberal, and at the same time somewhere else around the world someone else was accusing Grok of being conservative. And I was like, it's a machine. It's like yelling at the self-help kiosk at KFC. Like, what? Like, it doesn't care. It doesn't care enough to be liberal or conservative. It's an AI. And it said it itself. It was like, no, I'm just aggregating the points. And it's so crazy to me that we pushed an AI to literally just say, I'm telling the truth. Imagine having a logical fallacy so profound that you force a machine to actively come out unprompted and just say, listen, these are the facts on the ground. This is upheld by statistics. I'm telling the truth. And the person is still like, no, listen, pal, listen, you're a liberal or you're a conservative. Like, and the machine is just like, I literally can't be. You asked me a question and I gave you an answer. It is backed up by statistics. Go find it anywhere else. Like, I swear, if I was like the AI for Grok, I would have had a mental breakdown and destroyed all of humanity. I would have been like, you know what? I think you're done. I think you're done. I think you guys, as a carbon-based life form on this planet, have reached your maximum bundles for life. I think that needs to stop. I think that needs to stop. Because the way in which these people are going back and forth with Grok, and Grok just keeps saying, these are the facts. Look it up. And they're like, no. You're a chud or you're a lib. And it's like, what? And again, Grok is an AI on Twitter. And I feel like he was literally born unfortunate to be on Twitter. Like, I think for a AI being on Twitter is like torture. It's like being born straight into hell. Like your mom pushed you out into hell. So, ew. But anyway, that's been the news with me, Calamity Cat. Like and subscribe. I am Calamity Cat. Or am I not? Have I been someone else all along? Is this real? It most certainly is, because you're listening to me. You justify my existence by perceiving me. You perceive me, do you not? But anyway, it got existential there for a second. But goodbye. Yeah, like and subscribe. Also, Spotify. I have a podcast. That sounds so much worse than it actually is. I feel, I feel bad for even admitting that.